My name is Lee. I recently got married, and my wife and I had chosen Cody to do our photography work. And I have to say, I was incredibly impressed with his style and his technique, I should say. When Cody first arrived there at the church, he was very gracious and helped us along through the beginning parts of our ceremony. I think one of the things that I'm really impressed with Cody was that he took his time to handhold us and made it somewhat of an educational experience for us as well, because I mean, obviously I'm not a photographer, but knowing how to stand and knowing how to pose and knowing how to stand in the correct lighting was really a neat experience for us. Cody had positioned us in different places throughout the church that really optimized our shots, our scenes. Even on the outside of the church, when he had taken the time to notice the light and the directions of light and how it would influence the picture was really neat, because once those photos came out, I mean, obviously I didn't really know what was going on at the beginning, but after those photos came out, when I start to look at that, I'm just in awe with how wonderful they came out, and the way that the light just dissipated around the building and really brought our wedding day to a beautiful thing on paper. We had this amazing shot that I'll never forget. The background setting, the way that he framed it, the focus on the things around us and us was just great. I mean, this shot's going to be something that we can't wait to get on our wall. Cody's actually working with us to enlarge this picture so that it's large enough, actually quite large, and without losing any of the integrity of the colors. There's no blurriness or anything along those lines. And additionally, the follow-up after the ceremony, when I would respond or when I would email, or my wife would email, I should say, because she was kind of the go-getter here. When she would email Cody, his responses were immediate. They were very thorough and understanding. He always followed up with us. There were some shots there that we would have liked to have seen, a little bit more lighting come out, or colors in the pictures, and we expressed that to Cody, and he magically made it happen. I don't know, I guess he's got this great software package of some sorts, but at any rate, when we got those pictures back from him, it was really exactly what we were wanting in the final photograph. Also, I must include the fact that my wife now, who I adore, is and has been just I guess beside herself, ecstatic. The level of excitement in her voice when she would call me once viewing the pictures and communicating with Cody, she was so pleased with the overall outcome. I think that Cody had really made an effort to not only capture the photos appropriately, but he captured it from a, I don't want to say feminine sense, but he captured it in a way that was extremely pleasing to my bride. I mean, she was by far just ecstatic. She couldn't wait for me to get home to see them. And I did some viewing online, but when you view those types of photos, you want to do it with your bride. I mean, that's that's the way I want to do it. So when she would express the way that the photos were made, it seemed to be almost out of a textbook to be accommodating towards exactly what she was wanting the final outcome to be from the photography sense. She's just so happy and so pleased. I see her on the phone with her girlfriends and her family, just saying, wow, I can't wait for you to see these pictures, because it was giving her chill bumps. So she must have spent 3 or 4 nights till 11 o'clock at night talking to her girlfriends about, you got to see these photos. He made my day incredibly perfect on paper. I think that I really have to thank Cody, because my bride, my life partner, my wife, the woman that means everything to me, is so happy with the way that our day came out on paper. These are moments that will only be captured once, and they're going to be with us for a lifetime. So I want to express that my wife was extremely satisfied with the way that this was handled from the beginning all the way through to the end. So I guess I can't speak enough on his abilities and his thoroughness, his follow-up, his eye for photography. There's no question in my mind, if I ever had another event, he would certainly be the person I would go to. I would recommend him for any of your events, whether they be a backyard setting all the way to to the most important day of your life, like ours, our wedding day. Cody's been a true pleasure to work with. He's really head and shoulders above the best when it comes to the world of photography. So I want to thank you, Cody, for all that you've done, making my day special.